if it's anything but negative marketing. If Shroud is playing one game for one day and then not even coming back to it ever, playing it like twice a month, what will the people who actually watch Shroud, watch his videos, feel about the game? Like, okay, Shroud is not playing it, he just played one day and he just said it because it was an ad or whatever. This is a bad game, he just did it for the money. They launched with like 8 more characters. In the second beta, they already gave us 2 more characters for us to be played for, I think, 10 days. So enhance that and go one level up, where even the players who are very linear and cannot go high grounds can certainly take high grounds and surprise you. So you'll always be, in the lookout for what's gonna happen next. You'll always have that element of surprise as to what some characters can offer. And oh no, this character, he can't do that. How did he do that? It's been one full day since the competitive aspect of the game is out, and I wanted to wait to grind at least one day of competitive to, feel what everyone else will feel as the season goes on and as the game progresses. I really want to congratulate Marvel Rivals on reaching like 500,000 concurrent players on its first weekend. It's a huge deal for any of these character-based ability games or any game of that sort. Really happy for this game. I was really hyped up for this game. So what I've done is I have demarcated a final thought and a final review of this game into 3 parts: the great, the bad, and the ugly. Because the goods are so good, I can't put it in the the good column anymore. But there is some ugly. The uglies can spoil the fun for you, and in the long run can also spoil the game. So just stop beating around the bush and let's dive deep into the review. I'm going to start by saying, guys, that I really feel that this game has taken care of every small details, and it has done it with a lot of care. Like, if you swing Thor's hammer like this, there's a meter on the right side of your screen which shows you how far you're gonna go. Right? It is absolutely minuscule, but it is so satisfying that it really helps you out in your gameplay experience, and it just enhances it. If you go to Captain America here, right, it helps you in ways that you actually can't even imagine. Like, it has a lot of abilities. It can feel a bit overwhelming if you look at the bottom right of your screen. There's so many abilities. So new players, new people who are new to this kind of games. I mean, there will be a lot of people who are new to this kind of games. Like, even before Overwatch came out, there were people just playing one-dimensional shooters that they just stand around the corner and peek corner and shoot targets. These are not that kind of games. Here people can do a lot of things that's more than just shooting, because to hell, like, half of the roster does not even have guns. How can you even shoot? So these kind of ability based games can make you feel a lot overwhelming. If you do a combo of three melees, right, there's a meter that starts for 5 seconds where we can show you that there are 5 seconds that you have where you can throw your shields around, and it will hit the target which is not just near to you, but it'll, like, because this is an ability, so it will just go far away and hit people who are standing far back. Because Captain America is a melee based hero who only gets his shield throw after 3 strikes. That is like an ability combo or whatever he has. So that small UI detail is really important, and it really makes your gameplay fun. We're talking about voice lines and other stuff. Like, if you pick a character like Iron Man,
I'm not joking about something, I'm not taking it seriously.
A line like, I'm not joking, if I'm not joking about something, that I'm not taking it seriously. Like, it feels so real because Tony Stark would behave in such a way, right? And the voice actors have done a great job, right? And after finishing kill, he says things like piece of shit, right? But then if you go to another hero, right? If you go to a hero like Captain America, he means all business. He will not say things like a piece of cake, or he will not be quirky and fool around. Like, once he finishes the kill,
we're gonna do what we have to do.
They're gonna say lines.
Forces incoming.
They're gonna say lines like, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. He'll be in a very serious tone. So these small details really make the game feel more alive and make you feel that you're actually part of the game, and whatever character you choose can fit a part of the personality that you want to display through the game, of your personality that you want to display through the game. That is really, really important to make the game more fun. Coming to point 2 of my greats of this game, they have introduced maps like Hydra and Clintar, right, and Wakanda. These 3 new maps have come to this game for the first time in full release. These maps, along with being new maps to the game, they also bring out a lot of possibilities, because Clintar is an interactive map. It does not change its form, but it changes certain aspects of the game that can be very detrimental to how the outcome of one fight can turn out, because people can interact with the map, can make bridges, can go high ground, which is kind of very new and refreshing to a game like this, where apart from it being a character ability based game, it can also enhance that and go one level up, where even the players who are very linear and cannot go high grounds can certainly take high grounds and surprise you. So you'll always be, you know, in the lookout for what's gonna happen next. You'll always have that element of surprise as to what some characters can offer, and oh no, this character he can't do that, how did he do that? So this element of surprise will keep taking you to a fun experience that will be always on a level that is higher than where every other game will be. Maps like Hydra, they have completely changed the dynamics of the map by the map being constantly evolving. The map entirely changes its look, and you know, that is something that you want to be, you know, a part of it to experience it, because one fight you win, the next fight you see the point is just not there, or the point has become a completely different point where you've just captured the point. So those kind of small, it's not a small thing, I wanted to say small, I don't know why. Those kind of things really make the gameplay more interactive, more fun, and more focused into the game. You cannot be laid back at any point of time, which I think in a way is very refreshing and will always keep getting more and more fun with the amount of possibilities that can be generated through that one or two map types or map modes. Maps like the old ones, like Asgard one or the Tokyo one, like they have destructible environment. I don't think I have played a hero shooter. I have played probably Valorant, I've played probably Overwatch, but none of them have destructible environment. So in no universe can you expect that a wall will suddenly break, like if you're coming from those two, and the widow that is taking cover behind a wall can suddenly be without any cover. So you cannot be really safe at any point of time. You always have to be hyperactive in interacting with your team, interacting with the environment, interacting with the enemy team. So this kind of enhances the fun experience of the game, and I think it's absolutely bonkers and absolutely great that these kind of elements are present in the game. It is, some people can even debate is like things like, is it even competitive, like, because a widow is supposed to take cover, a widow is supposed to go high ground and shoot people. But if you ask me, no, that is the most linear as gameplay that you can ever come up with. But these kind of things, this is just, you know, mind-boggling and just game-changing. Everything and anything can change game so fast, and people can get rolled or snowballed, and or they can kill 4 people or 3 people so fast that you can't even imagine. Coming to the next part, guys, like the skins of this game look so sick. Like, I'm not even kidding, like each skin that you will click, they will show you a small clipping from that particular movie or wherever it is from. So for example, I mean, it's not a clip from the movie, but they have animated it in a way where only this hero is visible. So and it looks absolutely bonkers. Like, I can click on anyone. So for example, if I click on Iron Man, like, it will show you a small cinematic that will make you feel so nice about it, like, and it'll just give you a feeling of Tony Stark being there with you, and you can play as him. And you can play in the same costume that he used, and he also has, I think that looks like the Infinity Gauntlet, I don't really know, but he does have that, and it looks absolutely amazing. But that you can be the real Tony Stark while playing it. And what enhances this more is that it's a third-person game. You're paying for a skin that you're actually gonna see, unlike Overwatch, right? Overwatch, you can buy a skin and you can only look at it when you're emoting, and how many times in the game will you emote? If you emote, you're probably dead, right? And these kind of things where you are actually paying $20 for a skin, and you're actually being able to watch it throughout the game, and you experience the full glory of your skin and the character that you're honoring, is so exciting to me. And also I think if it's exciting to me, it can be exciting to a lot of people, that okay, now I'm gonna buy this skin and I'm gonna look like Spider-Man from No Way Home, I'm gonna look like Spider-Man from Far From Home, I'm gonna look like Iron Man from his first movie, Iron Man with this one metal suit that he built in the first movie where he was in the cave. I'm pretty sure those are kind of skins that they are thinking upon, and they're gonna bring it into the game, and you will feel the fun element go a couple of notches higher when you're playing in that environment, more than in a first-person environment where you can't even look at your skin. Coming to the fourth grade, guys, it's very close to my heart because I'm a big Marvel Cinematic Universe nerd. They have done a wonderful job with the storytelling, and because they have a great IP and they have not failed to utilize it. Like there are examples where you have a great IP and a great potential of storytelling, and you do not connect anything with each other. For example, Overwatch, they had a good character build up, right, over the years, and they did not, and they failed to connect every single aspect of the storytelling. Like there was no connections between the older heroes and the newer heroes when it comes to storytelling. Of course, they have a dialogues interaction here and there, but they fail to connect everything through storytelling. Something is happening in that part of the world, something is happening in that part of the world, and there's no connection. And certainly certain heroes are popping up and he's that one's brother, and we don't even know that what is exactly happening. Who the fuck is the new hero Hazard? Like, how is he connected to the entire storytelling? Where does he pop out from? If Kiriko is connected to Hanzo and Genji, like how is like if she's, how can they train together with Kiriko's mom? Like some things just don't make sense to me. I might be wrong because I've not followed the lore. I actually don't know. But here, because they have such a great IP, and they have this ability to connect everything to anything. And they have done the exact same. They have, I think they're inspired by the current run of MCU, where the multiverse is falling apart and Doctor Doom is doing his tricks, which is actually going to happen in Secret Wars or Doomsday, where Doctor Doom will try to probably save the multiverse or he will realize that the multiverse cannot be saved, and he will probably try to save one universe at least and end up becoming God Emperor Doom or something. But yeah, that entire part where Doom becomes the final boss or the final villain or the final anti-hero, I don't know what exactly they have planned with the new Doom, but it kind of feels like it's connected to the MCU at points where, you know, things like the multiverse falling apart or time stream entanglement or whatever, it feels very nice and very real, and you very connected, and also you feel in the zone all the time that they have implemented the heroes in such a way you always feel connected and you always feel in the game and in the story, like you are a part of the story by playing the game. And that is really close to my heart, and I feel that big thumbs up to Marvel Rivals for doing that and being very prompt with it. They focus on content creators being a part of the entire journey, and they focus on Twitch drops. They have just not left the game aside and hoped the game to pop off. They have been active. They've been really active by enhancing Twitch drops and giving all streamers, just not one or two or three or four more streamers, like everyone who grinds the game and has an idea that they're going to make content around the game, can get some amount of benefits, if not major amount of benefits, but anything that is a bit better than nothing. They have focused on Twitch drops, so if you watch a certain streamer, whoever it is, if the person is playing Marvel Rivals, you are assured to get drops after a certain amount of time of watch time. Point number 6, which is a bit controversial, but I did want to put it in the grades because I will talk about it in the uglies and the bads as well. But if the game is not laggy for you, it's very smooth. It's very smooth. Like, it's so fluid. Like, if you play heroes like Iron Fist, you can feel you punching them, and it will be so smooth and so fluid, and it'll enhance the adrenaline rush in your body that is already going through. So if you're playing on any FPS that is higher than your refresh rate on your monitor, so probably if you're playing on 144 hertz monitor and that's what I play on, and your FPS is more than 144, and if the game does not lag for you at all, like for me it does lag if I'm streaming or recording while playing the game is very smooth. So when I stop streaming and when I stop recording, it does feel very extremely smooth. So whatever is happening on the screen, you're not lost in the sauce. You feel each and every aspect, like the voice lines and everything, like they feel very crystal clear to you. They have so many settings that you can change for the UI, for the graphics details that can curate according to your current hardware, and you can feel nice about the game, and it is very smooth if you have a decent hardware. But we'll talk about it in the uglies and the bads more, but where these can actually go downhill. But if the game is running at a decent FPS for you, it is absolutely not laggy, and it is so smooth for you that you can feel each and every moment in the game. The game, when it was in beta, launched with 25 plus characters. Comes my 7th point. The 7th grade about the game. When it's in release, just after like 6 months, they launched with like 8 more characters. In the second beta, they already gave us 2 more characters for us to be played for, I think, 10 days. They launched Thor and they launched Jeff the Shark. So, the idea of it launching with so many games and so many maps and all with different map modes, at least 3 different map modes that we have, the game feels really fun because you have a very high learning curve. And guys, history is a proof that if there is a learning curve that's not just limited to certain skill set, and there is so much to learn, history is a proof of that. There's so much to learn. Game keeps getting fun and more fun. And there is a debate where you cannot make it that complicated, where the learning experience just becomes so mind-numbing that you will not have fun anymore. But here they have taken care of every small details, as I mentioned in the first point also. Like if you bounce around the Iron Man, you melee 3 times with Captain America, you have a small UI that shows you for 5 seconds. Now you can actually throw your shield around. So those kind of small integrations in the game, and so many characters, like 33 full-fledged characters. Like you will never run out of any kind of fun experience. Every character will suit some aspect of your personality, and you can probably main them or try to play them more than the other. Like if you are a cute uwu kind of a kid and you really like pets, then this character is really nice for you. Like look at this character, right? It's so fun. Like look how this character reloads. Like look at the reload. Like, I mean, they have thought about everything, and nothing feels, you've never felt left out. All characters are really powerful. All characters, fall in some places or the other, that you will never be left out, and you'll never miss a part of the fun. Like if you want to switch characters, you have a lot of options to switch from the entire hero pool, where something or the other will definitely suit your personality. If you're a quirky guy, you can play Iron Man. If you're kind of a badass kind of a personality, you can definitely play Moon Knight. Like look at him.
Strength.
Like look at him. Tell me that this character is not fun for you. Like there is no way this character, he has a double jump. He can throw batarang shurikens. I mean, whatever you want to call it. I would call it batarang though, because it's so similar to Batman. Something or the other will definitely suit your personality. Like if you're a nerd and you're a science guy, like what hero kind of you can go with. You can go with Iron Man. You can go with Bruce Banner. He's kind of a scientist.
I'm trying to make the gamma in me useful.
He says things like gamma and radiation and technology and everything that you guys want to look out for if you're a science kind of a guy. So something or the other will always fascinate you, and because they've promised us a lot of content in the future seasons, a lot of map modes, map types, heroes, that the proportionality of the fun will always go higher with the seasonal progress, that you will never feel bored, if they attend to their promises, unlike some other games. Coming to the point 8 of greats of the game, there is a full-fledged tournament mode inbuilt in the game, and tournaments are being pushed by the devs. In the first beta, we already got a tournament. In second beta, we got a full-fledged tournament that included 3 full regions: Asia, Europe, and Americas. And now they have another, like there is a mode in the game that they are actually using it to push tournaments. Like if you click on it, you can go, and there is this tournament which has a decent prize pool, 14,500 prize pool, that is divided upon, I think, top 16 teams from each region. Like they all get 14,000 prize pool, divided upon like the first to the 16th, which is nice. Like you can just make a faction, and you can call in your friends, call in, if you're a pro team, can call in your players, your old players who left Overwatch because of course, obvious reasons. They want to hop back in, get your pro teammates, get your pro friends, get your actual friends, IRL friends, hop into this tournament and start playing. The rank requirement is also pretty menial. Like they have kept certain requirements so that people can actually get a hang of it, and it's not like a steamroll for people. So you have to at least cross the bronze part to be a part of this entire tournament, so that you actually get the feel of how competitive aspect of the tournament and then the competitive aspect of the game works. And this is a big plus. Like you already have a tournament mode, unlike the certain other game that we play, which is Overwatch, which has no competitive mode. And I still feel after the formation or OWCS, it has gotten a bit better where people can participate, but they still have left out countries like my own country, India, and I'm very patriotic. Like I'll be very honest with you, and the fact that they left us out, it feels very infuriating. I don't really regard them at all for doing things like these, and I don't really care for them at all. But they, but anyway, not about Overwatch. If they have a competitive mode and a tournament mode in the game, like Marvel Rivals, I'm a big up for them. That you can just regardless of your country or where you come from, you can just participate in a tournament that is according to your regions, and you can have fun. You just play with your friends. Like for everyone participating or winning a certain amount of games, you get certain amount of cosmetics, which is you can show it off in game, and which is a very nice add-on to your gameplay experience. Coming to the ninth grade, guys, the hero balancing. I think they have done a good job with balancing heroes. Certain heroes were really oppressive. Certain combos were really oppressive back in the beta 2, beta 1, whatever, over time. Like Magneto and Scarlet Witch just felt like obnoxious to play against. In my say, and in ranked, it was like it was so free. Play one Venom was also very oppressive, but with the introduction of new characters, it becomes really easy to deal with characters like who are very oppressive. For the fact that they introduced Black Widow, and there was a huge turmoil in the community as to, oh, they've introduced a one-shot character, the game is over, people can just stand back and shoot and you'll have no fun. But they were so quick to listen to it even before the character went into its alpha stage, where it was being tested by at least 2 or 3 content creators. They toned it down, and I'm pretty sure that is what happened. Like even before, like they were showcasing it on the trailer where she's then running around one-shotting people, right? Why would you show something that is not, that a character cannot do in your gameplay reveal trailer? I mean, I'm pretty sure the character was designed to be a one-shot hero, and as soon as they saw the backlash in the community, they tweaked the numbers and they made her playable and something that you can also play and also have fun. And also there will be a bit of comp changes when you're playing against Widow. The playstyle changes because she still can deal a lot of damage, but actually cannot one-shot. Can make for a lot of play style difference, and also can add to the fun experience, because you're not getting one shot, you're not dying instantly, so you'll always have to be in the lookout for Widow, but at the same time you're not dying, so you're still alive, and you can make some amount of play and then play around the Widow and make her uncomfortable with her positioning, because there's already so much in the game where you can break walls, you can in map, like the map changes completely, so it's not very safe for Widow. But also they have done a very good part in balancing the video game. Last but not the least, 10th grade, I think they have a Discord server that they've also marketed through the game, where if you go to the game launch page, this is the second scroll down button is the join our Discord, and they've reached, I think, 500,000 followers on Discord, which is kind of insane. But the devs are constantly listening, there are giveaways happening, there are interactions happening, the devs are replying, you are talking to the devs, not all the time, like of course you cannot just ping the devs and start talking to them, that's not going to happen, right? But they listen, they read, they talk. I mean, if some comments are worth mentioning, they would mention it and reply back, which is, I think, very nice for a game that is trying to be community friendly, trying to be really positive amongst its viewers, trying to be something that no other game has given to you. Of course, like it's an ability based shooter, come on, like a lot of games have given this to you, but these kind of small changes, like Overwatch has a very dead competitive server. Like if you go to their Overwatch Discord, like people, I don't know what they're talking about there, like it's just so dead. So things like these make the community more active. Things like these make the game more fun and gives a sense of assurance to the players that the devs are listening, the devs are working on it, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy your cup of coffee and log into the game and have fun in whatever game mode you want. If you're a casual player, enjoy the casuals, learn new heroes. If you're a competitive player, log into the game, beat some asses in competitive, choose your best hero and then try to learn other heroes, and then suit your game style according to the enemy, according to your skill set, and according to your team comp, and be sure that the devs are listening. So if your hero is overpowered, and a lot of people complain about it, like more often than not, 90% chances are there that the devs are going to nerf him, so you'll always have to be in a lookout, learn something new, and adjust to the game. Starting with the bad guys, the bads are not very bad, but I don't know what to make of them, and what story to tell you for it being bad. Like it can be good, it can be better, but I don't really care about back. The ugly ones that I'm worried about, but the bads, like that I really feel is actually bad in the game, is like, why are there so many currencies in the game? Like I don't know, what is this? I actually don't know, and I should know because I've played the game in 2 straight betas for a really long amount of time, even with the high ping, lower FPS. Like 300 ping I've played, and I deserve to know what are these. Like this is very straightforward, right? You just buy the golden tokens, like, right? If you go to battle pass, right, you open this, like, what is this? Like I was said that why are there currencies here? If I'm buying the battle pass, I'm definitely getting these kind of skins, or I'm not. I still don't know. Like there are 3 currencies in the game. I don't know what these are, and you can apparently buy them. So these, because someone told me yesterday that once you buy a $5 battle pass, you have to also grind for these purple currencies that I think you will get along the way. in the battle pass, and the challenges are kind of stupid and they are time locked, so you cannot possibly get to the final skin really fast even if you wanted to grind a lot. So like these kind of things unlocks in like 1 hour 27 minutes, so it's very time based, so you can only get these shards at a certain time, which I don't know what even to call it, chrono tokens. So this is pretty, you know, bad according to me. Like it should be very straightforward. This is your battle pass, bought it, now just play the game and earn your skins. This is where Overwatch was really good at. Credit where it's due. They introduced the battle pass, they introduced some free skins, free cosmetics, whatever, and as soon as you bought the battle pass, you have to do nothing. Of course, if you wanted to grind a battle pass faster, you have to finish some challenges, but that was not mandatory. Like you can just play the game for a really long amount of time and like keep grinding in other words, and you will get the final skin or the final whatever, you know, the biggest prize in the battle pass is. You'll not have to worry about it. But I just don't know, maybe I'm just too stupid, but it is very confusing to someone who's new, and I'm not new, so it's confusing to me as well. Like I don't know, bro, I don't know why am I buying the purple skins. Like why should I be able to be purchase something that is already in the battle pass that you purchased? So I mean, these kind of things really make no sense. Coming to my second bad, guys, again, this is a whatever, like I don't care. Like if you go to the store and you see the price of the skins, it says 2600 whatever, and I'm pretty sure that this is above $20 if you want to buy it with real currencies. Of course there are ways on how you can get this for cheaper, but someone who doesn't want to grind the game a lot and just wants to get the skin, you know, to play a few games and show it off as a creator, or show it off to the friend. Oh wait, I played like Iron Man, I played like Spider-Man from No Way Home, and look what I did, I actually killed so many bad people, right? Whatever. This is very high for someone of that sort. Like of course, like they will have some discount coupons like 54% or whatever, but $25 for a skin, whatever, no matter how, I feel anything that is above $20 is kind of, I mean, it's a download for me. I don't really regard it. Like $20 for a skin in the game is bonkers. So you can pay $60 for a game and you can just play any game, any AAA game, and you have the sense of accomplishment of that entire game. $20 for just one skin becomes very oppressive if you want to think about it in that way. But anyway, I don't really care about it, but a lot of audience will actually care about it, because a lot of people are actually struggling with getting decent PC parts to play this game and leave, and more often than not, like they will, after spending fortune on PC parts to make this game you know, working smoothly for them, they would not want to spend $20 in your skins, guys. So I think the pricing could be a bit lower, and that will benefit the larger player base also, because the larger player base are teenagers, are someone who have just gotten into their jobs early. They don't want to spend a lot of money. Like of course you can spend a lot of money, maybe I can spend some amount of money to get some amount of skins, but the majority of the audience are not people who are privileged enough to spend $25 on one skin. They want to introduce good skins, of course they can. This is more like a supply demand kind of thing. There is more, if you kind of introduce good skins at lesser prices, more people will buy it, and you will be at a win. So these kind of things they can work on, and I think they will work on, because it's nice. I feel really nice knowing that they have at least introduced good skins, and hopefully the price of the skins will go lower. But again, it's like whatever for me. Like I don't really care about the pricing of the skin, but I think it's a bad aspect on the game. Another bad aspect of this game that I feel is that they pushed it through streamers. More often than not, they pushed it through Shroud and his family. They pushed it through Kaide and Tense. They don't care about the game. They should have, what in my head, they should have done it is, they could have gone with a larger group of smaller streamers to get more views, more reach. I don't know, maybe, I mean, they're people who are making decisions on back of the screen, back of the scene, have a lot more experience in this, but they actually pushed it through people like Shroud. Like he couldn't care less. He didn't even care about his own game, Spectre Divide. So why use him to market a game where he'll play once a month? Because people would want to come back and watch the game, and Shroud has a decent viewer base. And if it's anything but negative marketing, if Shroud is playing one game for one day and then not even coming back to it ever, playing it like twice a month, what will the people who actually watch Shroud, watch his videos, feel about the game? Like, okay, Shroud is not playing it, he just played one day and he just said it because it was an ad or whatever. This is a bad game, he just did it for the money. So anything like that can be a bad marketing, I feel. So give it to someone who actually cares. I think Necros was a very good decision because he's always been a part of the game. He's even played on the Chinese servers with a higher ping. He never left the game, and he always talked about the game for the longest. And I think he was a good addition to it. Maybe Flats was also good because he was always talking about Marvel Rivals. He had content and YouTube videos that always spoke about Marvel Rivals here and there. So those kind of decisions were nice, but I think the majority ones of where they're trying to push content creators, they're trying to push their game through content creators, were kind of fishy, and I don't really, go for it. I think they could have done better with the pushing of the game if they had actually gone to maybe a bit smaller scale streamers, but the ones who were actually hyped about it and would, be very dedicated with the game. The last bad that I have in this game is like it's a very common bad, which I think it's not a make or break for the game, but again, because it's a bad, it's not a make or break. It can be improved because a lot of heroes can only do in their ultimates can only do things that they've already been doing. Like if you pick Hawkeye, right? If you pick Hawkeye and you charge his ult, right? If you're charging Hawkeye's ult and you're using his ult and he's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing that he's been doing the entire game. He's shooting arrows. Of course, like there's a bit of modification, but it's not a hell lot of modification. You pick Captain America, right? You pick Captain America and you use his ult. He does nothing. He does everything with more. Like what is he doing? He's doing the same thing. Of course, his enemy is getting a boost and this and that. Like I get it. But when you're playing the character, you're not really looking at your team, right? You're not really looking at your team. You're using your own character as a definition of how you play the game. Of course, like yes, your team is getting a speed boost. Come on, man. Like okay, we get it. But what is your character doing? The same exact thing that it was doing for the longest. Let's go to Iron Fist. What does this guy do?
Immortality comes with a price, but I was glad to pay it.
Let's see. He does the same thing. He does the same thing. He's just punching people faster. Like I don't want it to be like very different, but like it is also very, I don't know, man. Like it just feels a bit bland, and I feel they lacked creativity on what to do in these kind of situations. Magic. Like if she picks up her ult, right? What is she doing normally? She's swinging her shot, and now she uses her ult. What is she doing? She's again swinging her shot. And she's doing everything that she does a bit faster. That's it. That's what she's doing. So I think the ultimate abilities where it could have been so much more. I think they have lacked a bit of creativity in doing these kind of things, which I don't think is a make or break. They've put in a lot of effort in the game, and then they got a huge amount of respect and applause and everything else. But this one area, I think they could have done a bit more. So hence, it's in the bad. I mean, it can be improved in the future. New characters might get new abilities, and that is just not repetitive of what they are actually carrying. That was it for the bad. I don't think bads are a make or break for this game, but bads can be improved on, bads can be worked on, and it can be fine. I think the uglies need to be focused faster. The uglies of this game, number one, more often than not, role queue. I was the first one, or I think one of the first ones who said that role queue should be in this game, and for reasons like people don't want to pick support, people don't want to play time because they've already introduced like 20, like I don't know, like 18 characters as DPS, 8 as tanks. Like why would you even want to play tank? There's so many choices in DPS. Why would you want to play support when there's like only 7 supports? Like you can just go out and kill people, but then that's not what's happening. You're not killing people, you're just playing a certain hero, going a certain score, and just being a liability on your team, and that will happen more often than not. So I think role queue should be the very first addition to the game, and it should be done really soon, because if you're not stacking with your friends, if you're playing solo, your gameplay experience will be really annoying, and you will not be able to cope up with the game for the longest. Like if you want to play today and you're getting a certain experience where you're the solo tank, or there is only one support in your team who's just pocketing someone else, and you're not getting any pocket, and there's not another healer to help your team or help you, and that you can do a hell lot more with heals. You will have that experience more often than not, because people just don't want to play certain roles, because again, there are so many choices in DPS that you don't want to play other heroes. Why would you want to play other roles? So those kind of things spoil the game, and it will definitely spoil this game if that doesn't happen, because the experience for low rank people will be like really bad, and they make the majority of the players. of the player base, and if they quit the game or they start falling apart from or feeling less connected to the game, feeling less enthusiastic, less motivated for playing the game, they will quit, because people don't wait these days, and you'll have a really bad experience, being as a high rank player, seeing the game that you love die because of these really important changes that should have been made and did not get made. The second ugly that should be addressed is, why do I need a $3,000 or $2,500 PC to play a free to play game? Why? I mean, in Overwatch, I can probably be at the highest settings and I can still get the frame rate that's capped for my monitor's refresh hertz, like 144 hertz. They have done a very good job in optimizing. One of the few W's for Overwatch over the years is that their game is really well optimized, irrespective of how much clutter is in the game, how much abilities are being used in the game, what is like the amount of colors in your screen. It doesn't matter. Overwatch has always been really optimized for your PC and for the whatever engine that it runs on. It is really well made, like in terms of optimization, whereas Marvel Rivals is not. Like, there are 20 different tweets right now that will tell you how to maximize your FPS. There are 20 different videos on YouTube that will tell you how to maximize your FPS. Why do someone who's not tech savvy go through 20 YouTube videos just to play a certain amount of video game? Because some settings will work for you, some will not, and they have to go through 20 different videos. That is not even coming from the developers. It is coming from some third-party people who want to make the game better for everyone. The kudos to them. Why do I have to look up, like, of course, like, I'm giving them a view. It's good. It's really good in a way that the community is responding to it, but it should not come from them. It should come from the devs, as to, like, why do I have, even in the lowest settings, I'm getting the shittiest FPS, or if there is some amount of input lag. These things need to be worked over time. The optimizations need to be fixed. If I stream, I cannot get more than 110, 120 FPS. If I record, I cannot get more than 110, 120 FPS. So how can my gameplay reach the heights that could entertain my viewers or make my content more engaging if my gameplay lacks the FPS that comes out? These things should come from the devs rather than coming from some third-party people who actually care about the community. Some tweet that you have to go to some config file and do this and do that. Like, I don't want to do it, bro. I just want to change the settings of the game according to the PC that I have, go to low, medium, high, whatever, and I get decent FPS and I can enjoy the game. That is not the case that right now. It's really mind-boggling as to why I have to browse the entire internet by this code word Marvel Rivals fix FPS just to play the game and to have fun. This thing can really spoil the game in the long run. So I hope the devs listen to it and make it more optimized over seasons, because I mean, this is really not helping the game's cause at the current state. The third ugly is because there is no role queue, and third and the final ugly that I feel about the game is because there is no role queue, guys. They should at least add heal passive, but as soon as they had heal passive, the support role will go neglected again. We'll stuck in a vicious cycle where people will not want to play support again. Why would you want to play support when there are only 7 healers, and more often than not, they're the only work that they're doing? Mantis and Luna Snow, I still don't know what what both of them, how their ults are different. Yes, Mantis gives a speed boost, and yes, people can actually die in Mantis ult, but I mean, it's the same thing. Gather around, it's time for a grand finale. Like, it looks very same. Like, it's the same thing. Like, the characters are repetitive in certain amounts of abilities. So, and again, if there are no if there are no dimensionality in the support role, how would people want to pick that role? Why would you want to pick that role? Because it becomes very numbing. Like, only high rank players will pick certain heroes because they know this hero is needed to win, and they will sacrifice their amount of having fun, or their ways of having fun are different than the regular player base, and they will keep winning games, and the lower rank people will keep suffering because of this character is being repetitive, and I don't want to play. I don't feel like playing this hero because there are less heroes in that column. Introduce more heroes. So, and if they're not doing it, at least introduce heal passives. And if they introduce heal passives, people will actually not want to play support, because heal passives right now is also needed. Because if I'm the solo tank in the team and there is just one support, which has happened more often than not in just one day of playing, people don't want to pick support. And I'm a tank player. At least, thank God, I play a role that is less popular, because you go into the game, you immediately say 3 or 4 DPS, which is really annoying. And if they don't add heal passives, I will never get healed. There is no heal. And then we lose, and then people start blaming each other, calling names. this will just increase toxicity. So I think this entire idea of roll queue, heal passive, can be worked really well if the roll queue is implemented in the game. And I really hope and wish the game best of luck, and I'm having a lot of fun. Of course, there are goods, I mean, there are greats, the bads, the uglies, but hopefully the game works its ways, and the devs listen, and we keep having fun. That's it. This is the whole detailed review, and I hope you got everything that you needed in this video. And if you did like the video, do subscribe, like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.